capital city of Akwa Ibom State, Nigeria. Let's take a look at the headlines. INEC Chair Yakubu to tender voter register pledges $15 million to China. We will bring you details of this. The 12th, first in our bulletin, is from the national scene where President Bola steps had been taken by ending the fuel subsidy and unifying the foreign exchange rates. Tinubu made the call at the Knox for urgent attention and called for collective framework that would stimulate a buoyant as issues that devalue the lives of Nigerians, with a focus on security, economy, jobs, ideas through robust discussions that would improve the livelihood of Nigerians. Tiers of government would need to be involved in economic development in other. On electoral matters now, the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission threw copy of the voter register used by his commission for the 2023 press by the court at the instance of the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Isan, whose joint petition is challenging the declaration of President Bola Tinubu, dropped the board has been confirmed, noting that the petitioners in the application of May 26 certified documents have not been paid for, reiterated that the petitioners have so far were court subpoenaed documents. Recommendations from the National Salaries, Income and Wages Commission to pay $700 to civil servants as part of intervention plans to the governor of Bauchi State, Bala Muhammad. Yesterday, Muhammad also revealed that the intervention included as a petroleum allowance for civil servants. According to the returning governor, the council also received other suggestions.
I made include the state case plot. Thank you very much, Economic Council. And so many issues were discussed and resolutions were made on some issues. Some issues were sent to various committees for more deliberations through the NGK's program. As you are aware, NGK's program is a program that I've started 2021, running up to 2024, and then is to provide some emergency and MSMEs and other interventions. It's a 750 million USD from the World Bank, and have a strong capacity to handle the implementation of palliatives to the new and existing poor and vulnerable individuals, household and farmers, development partners, as well as Nigerian private sector.
In a separate development, international organization tuberculosis, malaria, and human immunodeficiency virus, as well as augmentation plan commencing from January 2024. In a statement by the Director of Information, Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Willie Bassi, the country portfolio is the highest beneficiary of the Global Fund grants. Nobosi added that Global Fund was working with country coordinating and malaria around the globe. In another development now, the United Nations Children Fund, UNICEF, has called on the government and other stakeholders to the nation joins other African countries to commemorate the African Child's Day. In a statement issued by the UNICEF representative in Nigeria, Christian Mundote, the agency lamented that noting that about 10 million children are not in school at the primary level. Mundote, while stressing on the 2023 theme, the rights of the child in the digital environment, noted that attacks on schools adding your children to school The statement further disclosed that UNICEF has collaborated with the Federal Ministry of Education to launch the Nigeria Learning Passport that enables continuous access to 15,000 curriculum-aligned learning and training materials in local languages for learners, teachers and parents. Nigerian Learning Passport has provided access to quality teaching on learning resources in education, though saying the scheme would be a huge relief to its Nigerian members and a model to Osikeyin Osisiogo, said the Tinubu-led administration must ensure more that would help generate significant room for funding new funding sources. JAMB has disclosed it paid a total sum of 1.523 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination. JAMB made the disclosure only proper to promptly settle obligations as and when due. And now to Africa, where South African President Cyril Ramaphosa of the African Peace Mission aimed at a peaceful resolution of the conflict. Ramaphosa shares as a grave situation that affects all of us in an interconnected Russia, where they will engage with Putin on Saturday. According to reports, the African Peace Mission comprises as representative of a continent that has felt the adverse economic impact of the conflict. It will look into allegations of war crimes by armed groups in the east of the Democratic Republic involving M23 rebels that has displaced around 1 million people in northeast in DR Congo. Recall that President Felix Tshisekedi as well as UN investigators have accused Rwanda of backing the group, which relaunched foreign saying now China's President Xi Jinping has informed Bill Gates that China has $4 to help Chinese efforts to battle disease. Bill Gates, one of the world's richest control that largely closed it off from the world for almost 3 years. Reports say the foreign scene now the United States and its close allies, Japan and South Korea, has issued a joint statement of nation security council resolutions and demonstrates the threat. Korea fired 2 short-range ballistic missiles. South Korea's military said Thursday drills. The trilateral statement reflected the growing tour between Japan and South Korea, tested by North Korea and expansionist China. The statement underscored. And still to come in the news. Many thanks. Manufacturers Association of Nigeria MAN says the country's shortage of electricity at about 10.1 trillion naira, about 2% share of the country's gross domestic product, a rank of 171 out of 190. The manufacturers made, according to MAN, the current power supply is inadequate to satisfy the energy requirements of the manufacturing sector, promises to be a major game changer for the manufacturing sector. MAN further expressed in many states without imposing further tax burden on manufacturers. That manufacturers paid has rose by 29% to 62 billion naira in the first quarter, of 2020. For contributions, manufacturers paid the highest income taxes, followed by information and in value-added tax. Ranked in from manufacturers as VAT from the sector was up from 112 billion naira. This comes as taxes paid by manufacturers to the federal government rose by 60% to 8 in the prior year. And in health now, the federal government has said it will. Executive Director, National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Dr. Faisal Shawari, noted that immunization would help to reduce the disease, ultimately save lives. According to him, the introduction of HPV vaccine by the federal government signifies the agency's commitment to promoting preventive health care, a commonly transmitted infection that can lead to various health issues, including cervical. Still in health now, the Kebbi state government has expressed concern over rising incidents of rape Hajia Zainab Nasiru Idris when officials of the National Union of Kebbi State Students, disclosed by the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Women Affairs, Aisha Maikurata, the governors, and that the state needs the support and cooperation of all to eliminate it. She urged the state government to take. In sports now, Serie A champions Napoli have appointed Rudy Garcia as their new head coach. The 59-year-old side in Napoli to a first Scudetto in 33 years in a cup double with Lille in 2010 to 11 after spells ball possession. Still in sports now, Giselle in 2023, Yeremi Pino won the ball of Italy legend Leonardo. Netherlands. Ciro Immobile equalized for Italy with a penalty from close range after Rodri's deflected shot to center. Has now scored 3 goals in 3 appearances. Not to be renewed for a second season after being asked by Spotify. The streaming giant, they have mutually agreed to part ways and are proud of the hold black women back follows discussions months ago about renewing it. And Anita Soha, popularly called Real Worry Pekin, has shared her personal struggle media personality today. She said that she and her husband Ike Chukwu to contemplate ending her own life. However, her suicide attempts did not succeed. And that's all of which you can find on our website at spectrumtv.ng.